G'day everyone, it's Duckville here, bringing you a match from Star Station, one of the prettiest maps that has come out from the HOTS beta. What we'll see here today is a Zerg versus Zerg. As you can see down at the bottom right hand side is our red Zerg player here. It is FXOLeenock. He's going to be playing up against Australia's own Zergy player. Of course, we do have a lot of Zerg players down here in Down Under, as you may want to call it. And this is one of the best of them. It is Pig. He's from Team Exile 5, just recently joining up with that team. In fact, just mere days ago. And it's going to be a really fun adventure for him in the new team. Wish all the best to him. And yeah, of course, Zerg versus Zerg, you know, this particular matchup, a lot of players have expressed discomfort, if you will, as to how this particular matchup goes. Of course, you generally see a lot of muta play in this, although, you know, with that said, with a lot of the talk that comes out, a lot of the players, it was really interesting to watch the GSTL pre-season, where there were a few Zerg versus Zergs, and there were very like a very small amount of muta versus muta matches. So I don't know, we'll see how it goes. Of course, it could be just completely different on the ladder. People just want to use mutas because they're very good. The reason why a lot of players are just loving using mutalists now is because not only did they get a little bit of a health buff in terms of their regen, but also their speed was increased a little bit. And the other effect is that because of the fact that fungal growth, I was just trying to find the word for it then, fungal growth has been nerfed a bit. The damage that comes out of that has been taken down just a slight amount, and that really that doesn't bode well for trying to defend against mutalisks. So this is why we've seen the rise of the mutalisks in this particular matchup. Of course, this is the reason why Blizzard recently implemented the bonus to biological damage for spore crawlers, meaning that they'll do a little bit extra, but from what I've been told, it doesn't necessarily help. So you know, we'll have to see how these guys want to play it out today. It looks like we do have relatively quick expansions from both players, just straight up going for the hatchery, the pool following after for both of the players. They will get their gas as well. It does look like Leenock is going to have his a little bit earlier, wanting to get his Zergling speed out just a tiny bit quicker so he can get a little bit of map control and just perhaps try and force his opponent to, you know, play a little bit more defensively in the early stages of the game. As I said, Pig recently joining Exile 5. Of course, he was previously with TT Esports. That came to an end a little while ago, and has now joined up with Exile 5, and it is looking pretty good for him. Of course, 2013. Hopefully, we'll see Pig go above and beyond for some of his, you know, perhaps over to some other tournaments across the sea and all that kind of thing. And I don't mean sea by just Southeast Asia. I mean across the big seas, maybe to some MLGs or anything like that would be very cool for our wonderful Zerg player. Now, for Leenock, of course, he's you know, you can't really mess with Leenock. He's one of these big players who's won tournaments left, right, and center. Has been a big figure in the Wings of Liberty scene for quite a while now, and so we'll certainly be expecting him to perform really well this year, especially in HOTS as well. So we'll see how it goes. Looks like both the players just going to get their speed up. Pretty mirrored builds for the time being. Just a slight difference in the speed, of course. As we said there, with Leenock getting his gas just a tiny bit earlier, he was able to start up the speed and get his metabolic boost going a little bit quicker than Pig. But Pig, now scouting through, has a quick look and sees that there isn't too much going on. However, Leenock, after that scout goes through and after he cleans it up, throws down the Roach Warren. So I think he is going to go for a little bit of pressure here. He has started to build up that gas quite a bit, so he is going to look to get some very early pressure going on. Pig, meanwhile, has gotten just a single spine crawler started along with a Baneling nest back inside the main, and yeah, Leenock definitely going to go for a big push here. 14 Lings are already on the way. They're rallied across the map, and it looks like he is going to go across and try and do what damage he can to Pig. Pig, meanwhile, does have a, of course, because of the difference in how they have opened up, he does have a slight lead in terms of the economy, as we can see here. Just a couple more drones available to him, meaning that he'll have a much better sort of situation if he survives the attack. Now, that'll be the big question here. Will he be able to survive? Because the Lings are now coming across. Of course, there is no Baneling nest for Leenock, so he's not going to be able to morph them into into any banelings just as of yet, but Pig with great reactions there, pulls the drones across to the Queen, blocks the ramp so that the lings can't get inside, and all while that's going along, some banelings have morphed up. So he has been able to protect the natural for the time being. It looks like that big cluster of lings trying to get some damage done, but unfortunately just a little bit too well protected there with that baneling and getting a few blasts. Look at the bodies that just fly around when a baneling hits. So very nicely done by Pig. He is fending it off for the time being, but the roaches are already on the way, I believe. There they are. Yep, Leenock is going to push across with this large squadron of roaches, and there they are. They are straight away revealed by the Overlord that is sitting over the natural base of Leenock. So Pig, he's going to need to prepare for this. What is he going to do? He's got a couple of gases going up, but that's not going to help. Throws down 3 extra spine crawlers, cancels one of the gases, and he's just going to try and... he just has to weather this storm. That's effectively what he needs to do right now, is he just needs to sit down and say, alright, well, you know, you've got a bajillion roaches on the way. A bajillion is also code for 11, by just in case you were wondering. So 11 roaches are out on the map for Leenock, so he is going to push across. It looks like Pig's spine crawlers are not going to complete by the time the roaches are here, and they are just going to come straight at them, and it looks like the banelings will be there to defend as well. Lings just doing a good job. They don't want to overcommit. You don't want these lings to come out into this position, because the roaches might, despite being surrounded, might still get a fantastic amount of damage done on the lings. So you don't want that to happen just yet. You want to be prepared. You want these spine crawlers up and running. A 5th spine crawler at the back is also going to go up there for Pig as well, so he will be well defended against all of this. Banelings exploding everywhere. Lings are dying all over the place, and the lings on Pig do come out. He's going to try and get us around. All the roaches does do that exact thing. Looks like he will be able to get a heap of damage done. Keep in mind, Pig actually has a Spire coming along behind all of this, so he is going to have air dominance very, very soon, which in turn means map dominance and perhaps just a brilliant sort of lead here. We'll see how it goes, because... he is still trying to weather this storm, as we said before. The roaches sitting out the front. Pig has got a good eyeball on what's going on. Can see that the roaches are here. Sees a few banelings morphing in, along with those zerglings that are there as well. Leenock, meanwhile, doesn't know exactly what the defense of Pig is going to be. He doesn't even know that there is a Spire on the way. You can probably assume it at this point, given that Pig hasn't really invested in roaches to defend. He's just put a lot of minerals in his defense. You've got a lot of spines here. We've got 5 spines in total. We've got a few banelings all over the place, which do take up some of that valuable gas, but it's not a huge investment. So Leenock may be aware that there could be some mutas coming about here. He may even... is he going to even scout through? I don't think he has a scout nearby. No, he doesn't. Apart from this little Overlord up here, he doesn't really know too much of what's going on. Pig just having a quick poke around with those lings, trying to catch some of the banelings here. If he can trigger those banelings before Leenock is able to get them into the fight, then he may be able to get some really good damage done. But here come the mutas. Just the first 3 mutas down. Doesn't even need to get a whole heap of them. Just has the first couple, and a GG from Leenock. That's pretty much it right there. He's got, with Pig producing the mutas, in fact, even just seeing 3 mutas, it says to Leenock, alright, well, you know, I don't have any more map control. I don't have air control. And back at home, what anti-air does Leenock have? A queen. 2 queens, and that's it. So he would be able to put a couple of spores down, but unfortunately, as we said before, once the mutas start to really pick up in their numbers, they cannot be stopped. So really nicely done by Pig, just defending that heavy early attack from Leenock. Hope you all enjoyed the game. I'll catch you all next time. May even try and get through the back door into the natural here, which is relatively unprotected, and it looks like there will be the photon overcharge available on that